You're watching Local 5 News. We are Iowa.
All right, it's Friday, which means we are joined by Jerry Holub, our plant and garden expert. And Jerry, we're talking about grass seed because we're getting into fall. Things are starting to get a little cooler outside. We've had a couple of mornings with some frost, and you say this is a really important time of year.
Yes, it is. And this here is one of the best things to use if you have a small area in your yard. The nice thing about this is sun or shade, it works in either one.
Okay.
And it's guaranteed by Scotts also. So if it doesn't grow, you take your receipt back, get your money back. And it's the big thing about grass seed too, you have to water it a lot. This particular one here, it has grass seed and it has a green mulch in it. And the mulch in it holds the moisture around the seed, so when it germinates, it'll keep coming up. Nice thing is too, weed seeds don't grow this time of year.
Right.
Grass will grow as long as you keep it wet. So next year you have a head start. If you plant in the spring, you have to fight the weeds and trying to get your grass growing.
Yeah, you said it's actually a lot better to do it now as opposed to the spring.
Right, and see, it's cooler now, you use less water. A lot of times in the spring it's so hot, you use too much water. See, the grass, once it germinates, you got to keep it wet to keep it going.
Good advice.
Just make sure you rake up the soil well first, get it good worked up first. If it looks pretty bad, just add a bag of topsoil or so with it. Then put this down, just water at least probably 2 times a day you need to water.
Okay, one thing I've noticed recently, there's a lot of little bugs around. They're outside, they're inside, you know, sometimes you see them in your kitchen almost with your houseplants and you're thinking, where did these come from?
Yeah, so
there's a way to combat that.
Yeah, the best thing to do too is spray. This is all organic and it'll work inside or outside. It's a nice spray to use and it kills most any kind of an insect you've got. Spray on top of the soil because that's where they usually hide in there, and then when they land in there it'll kill them then too. It's very safe to use too.
And use it inside?
Inside or outside, either one.
Okay.
And a lot of times it's better to spray outside before you move your plants in. Now with the forecast next week, if we get anything down 32 or less, you've got to get your house plants like these I got in front here. You got to get these moved inside or you'll get damage to them. It may not kill them next to your porch, but it's going to damage them. You get leaves yellow that way too, and some of the leaves will turn brown even. So if it gets that, go just watch your accurate forecast. And if you say anything 32 or below, you got to get them inside. Just even put them in the garage overnight. It gets warm again, bring them back outdoors.
And it's a good reminder because a lot of times we'll say, you know, 39 for Des Moines, but that means that a lot of areas are still going to see 32.
Out of town, that thing too.
Yeah, so what kind of house plants do you
all kinds here? This is the one I got in the middle here. It's one of the easiest ones to grow. And the nice thing about it too, it's called a peace lily. And the nice thing about this one is it actually cleans your air. It purifies air in the house, a natural purification of the air in your house.
That one's good.
It works great too. I got some other assortment here. This one here is kind of cool. It's called an anthurium, and these blooms here last for months. This one here has had blooms on it blooming probably for almost 2 months already.
Oh, wow.
They'll last several months then, is what it does on this one.
All right. A lot to think about as we get ready for fall and those chillier temperatures.
Yes, and you got to enjoy the big football games tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep, I know in Iowa City there's a big one, number 4th in the country, so it may not be too good an outcome for us Iowa fans, but it's worth watching anyway.
Never say never, Jerry.
I know.
All right, you can always get in touch with Jerry at the phone number there at the bottom of your screen.